Hello, I'm Matt Kowalik reporting for the Brandeis Hoot. Recent events in Israel-Palestine have sparked many discussions around campus recently concerning the long-standing conflict in the region. Tonight we're going to be talking to students at an event hosted by Students for Justice in Palestine, who have invited two experts to come here and express their opinions.
But the settlements continue to grow at a stronger and fast pace throughout the years. So since we signed the Oslo Accord in 1993 to this date, the number of settlement area almost doubled. Today we know that the foremost obstacle that stands to achieving the peace process altogether is the settlement. There were too many laws, that restricted the Palestinian from controlling whatever remained of the West Bank. There were the Palestinian, resistance in that area, and the Israelis decided to build the segregation wall, also known as the security barrier. This security barrier was.
I'm now at 10, almost 8, 9 days on the road, and we had some very good opportunities. And in those 10 days, things in Israel deteriorated so much that people told me that you will not recognize Israel that you left just 10 days ago. Many times you are being told that the conflict in the Middle East is a very complicated conflict. I'd like to suggest here today that it is a very simple conflict, a real estate conflict, with very clear black and white, with very clear justice and injustice. And one might even ask if it is a conflict at all. And as long as Israelis will not perceive the Palestinians as equal human beings, which they don't, and nothing will be solved. And once they
So why did you come here tonight?
I'm a big fan of Gideon Levy's writings, and when I saw that he was going to speak here, jumped at the opportunity to see him.
It's Parents Weekend and my parents are here. Said I wanted to take them to a nice event here on campus.
I go to Heller School. I do MA in Sustainable International Development, and this is my first year here. I'm from Palestine. What brought me here is social justice.
When Levy was talking about just the incredible, I think he did a very good job of explaining the impossibility of change from within Israeli society, which is one of the reasons I support the BDS movement, because I think international pressure is important. I thought he made a very good explanation from within, as a citizen of Israel.
Life in Israel is too good, brainwash machine is too effective. I don't see the change coming from within the Israeli society.
This is the first time in which the people who are the settlers, or like the colonists, the oppressors, are making themselves the victim of a situation.
The fact that we, the Jewish people, and we, the Israelis, are, first of all, the biggest victim in history, or at least the only victim in history that should be taken seriously as a victim.
At the very beginning, I thought it will be like biased from one side, which is the Israeli side. But when I heard both spokesmen, they really were objective and subjective to a certain extent, and they spoke the truth. Yet I agree and disagree with some points that were addressed in the seminar. But I think we have to try it and we have to solve it step by step. And what kind of power dynamics that are occurring in the Middle East and especially in the West. Unfortunately, a lot of people from Israel and from Palestinians, they don't know what's happening outside of that spot.
So what drew you to this event this evening?
A friend's recommendation. I decided to come, not really knowing at all what to expect. A lot of the terminology used in almost a very flippant manner was highly disconcerting. Had me actually at times shivering in my seat. Terms like Jewish money and Jewish lobby and ideas about returning to quote-unquote 48 borders.
And the Jewish lobby did everything possible to sabotage this agreement.
It's very interesting to consider a vastly different narrative. To have a space where this opposing narrative can be expressed on the Brandeis campus, I think is really essential to our campus dialogue. A lot of the comments were addressed towards a particular audience, and that audience was assumed to not be me. And after posing a question directly to the two guests, his answer was much more reassuring.
Zionism fulfilled all its goals. I think that this Zionistic chapter, with all the failures and achievements, must be revised now, must be re-examined. Came to its end in many ways. There is a state. Jews who want to join Israel are most welcome to join this project, but it must now face the fact that there is another people around.